Good gracious, me oh my. So in the spiritual community, I don't even know. The spiritually interested community, I'll say, because I think everybody's spiritual. A lot of people say grand rising, and I think that's great. I just think it's a little overused and a little corny sometimes. But from what I understand, they steer away from saying good morning because morning sounds like we're mourning, like it's, we're mourning something that terrible that happened or something. So trying to search for other ways to say good morning that are not grand rising. That's just a personal thing. Just a personal thing. Okay. So I just want to say hello or heaven hi. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I'm awake. I seem like I'm like drunk off something, but it's just the morning vibes. I just did a Instagram live under the same handle as this channel. It didn't go that it went well for me, but I didn't realize that like I had music on that was so loud you couldn't hear me, and I was doing sort of like a yoga practice. But it was super invigorating for me, so I think I'm going to be doing more of that and possibly posting yoga stuff on this channel. My dogs are running around in the morning. They get really excited. But anyways, I just felt inspired to come on and share that it is, I believe it's day 21 or 22. I'm not even paying attention, y'all. Not even paying attention. It's 21, day 21 on the raw vegan. And I'm super excited to share with you all that my detox symptoms are like very, very mild right now, like super, super duper mild. This might even be like a regular day for me before I was raw in a sense. I have a little bit of congestion, but no real mucus was coming out. My throat's like not sore at all, like, but it's like a almost verging on could be sore, something like that. And I still have a minor cough. I almost thought like it's basically gone, but it's not all the way. Wow, my dogs are loud right now. Okay. But yeah, so I just want to say I'm super inspired because I've been having so many different thoughts, and I'm just going to let it stream right now about what raw vegan has been doing for me, how that's been benefiting me spiritually in a big way. Because a lot of times we say things like, does raw vegan make you more spiritual or feel more spiritual? And it's like, what I feel like it does, what I'm zeroing into, is that it really clarifies our body, so it's much easier to get into states of like calm and peace and these sorts of things, at least what I've noticed, where it just becomes this natural desire. And you'll hear people speak about this, where it's like, you can't expect people to be really interested in their spirituality, their divinity, what's beyond what we think is real, right? What's beyond, essentially. You can't really fill in that blank. It's just what's beyond. You cannot expect people to be fully able to achieve these states of greater awareness and things until they've really satiated what they have right now, what they're seeing right now, in some sense, in a very progressive way. You can go the route of asceticism sort of thing, and you can just be very like, I'm going to take everything away from me and I'm going to strip myself down and I'm going to go through that pain and I'm going to really power through, and that can be really beautiful. The way that I'm finding is just so natural and flourishing for me is that when I'm really nourishing my body and being, it just naturally brings me into this state of connectedness, because really there's no separation, right? There's no physical and spiritual world. It's not really like that. That's the illusion. It's all just coming from source. It's all just an extension of source. So when we are feeding what we see as our body, then, and we're doing it in this way of connecting with it, right? Like really bringing it in as us, being aware of that connection of like food becoming us and wanting it to be. There's a difference between if you are eating something in this sort of shameful, guilty way versus when you're like, whoa, that pineapple is so beautiful. Get that, like, let me connect with that. I want to connect with that. I want that to be a part of my being. So we're really accepting of this idea that like, Zoe or whoever you are, person that I think I am, is created, is helped to be through this nourishment. My body is literally made up of all of the foods that I eat, right? And so we start to see divinity in everything, because if I can be this pineapple and this pineapple can be me, well, really, I'm just everything. It can be me, because, oh, geez, they play really hard. You guys, two big dogs, man, two big dogs. But yeah, so it's really opened up this spiritual vision for me. And, I already had the desire to, whether it be learn about spirituality, explore my true self, all of these things. I mean, that's been the focus of my life since I was 21 years old. And before that, but really at 21, I took a vow within myself, and I said, this is what my life's going to be about. This is, I'm not going to choose a career right now or this or that, although I could try and force myself. But I couldn't, there was nothing that I wanted to give myself to more than just plain old spirituality, the openness that is, that can be kind of frustrating to give yourself to spirit, because there's no clear cut path on that. But, it is just to say that you're dedicating yourself to your inner world, to your inner core being. And from there, what I would say about that with raw veganism is, like, it really allows you to just feel good in your body, like I said, and just be able to naturally get deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself, and also want to connect with others and want to connect, in this way of, like, spreading the joy, spreading the liveliness, spreading the fun. And also, because you have this self-reference, because you have this self-experience of it, if somebody else is deterred, it's so easy to just feel love and compassion towards that, and to no longer be, like, on that same level of judging others because they're too crazy or whatever it may be. You're not judging other people. It's just a matter of, like, okay, clear and continue. I clear and continue, to just spread. I don't even want to say spread. It's more like, yeah, spread your wings, but, to really just open up and to allow that creative, the clouding of creativity to just be cleared away, and just to see everything is just fun, creative space. So that's a little inspiration for anybody out there. Not because I want you to be raw vegan. You must be raw vegan to experience this. No. It is, what I would say is that if you are feeling, like, depressed, very, very depressed, and very, very emotional about something, I just want to give people that seed of power within themselves, give it back to them, or just steer their eyes back towards that, to say, no one's going to tell you the date. No one's going to tell you the time to tell yourself that it's okay to be free, or it's okay to eat how I want to eat. But it's a very simple way, eating, just fresh foods. It's a very simple way to take back your mind and your mental control and your mental stability through eating this way. So, if you are feeling depressed or anxious or things of this nature, how are you feeding yourself? And I'm not even just talking about foods, but how are you eating foods that you really feel good about them becoming you? I want you to feel that right now. How do you feel when I say that? Do you feel like it's a resounding yes? Resounding yeses are very magnificent, because I'll tell you, I've lived in the half in, half out world, and it's just not as fun. It's not, because you're always putting this gauge on yourself of how good you can feel. Oh, I feel really good, so that means I can balance it out by feeling not as good. Now I'm just balanced. And I'm not saying that that's how everybody does their balance. Like, balance is amazing, and it's very necessary in any walk of life. And so that's why I'm not saying, like, I'm going to be 100% this, or you're going to be 100% this. It's not about dogma. But what it is about, I think, what I'm seeing is, like, really connecting with your decision making and your choices, and just bringing more conscious awareness. So, You know, for me, this has really helped being raw vegan because I feel really good about my choices. And I'm not saying everybody can only feel really good if they're eating raw vegan, not at all. But I'm just saying for me, that's the case. So it's been this pathway into feeling more connected with my choices, more alignment, and more conscious about things and wanting that for myself and others. So I'm just really grateful to be here giving the message of freedom of choice and letting that be the resonance that, comes through the screen. And then however that hits you, that's going to hit you. Because it can be a million things. It could be like, dude, I've been wanting to get on a bicycle for so long. I've been wanting to tell this person that I really love and care about them, but I always feel stuck. You know what? I'm going to write them a letter and I'm just going to start there. Wherever you can start to just bring more, to just make that gap smaller between what you really would love to make a choice on and the actual choices you're making. So that you feel free to make those choices that you've been wanting to make. That's what I want for you. For you to feel free to make the choice you want to make with your whole heart and being and your soul. So go out there and be free. Much, much gratitude to you today.